Well, you would remember that the Speaker of the Karnataka Assembly had come up with a genius solution to curb the post-lunch absenteeism in the Assembly. He said that more than 20 recliners will be rented for the MLAs so that the MLAs can take a nap after their lunch break. But it doesn't look like it ends there. Now the Speaker says that it's not just the recliners. He will also ensure that there are massage chairs for the MLAs. We're not making it up. Listen to this reaction to believe it.
I'm requesting each and everyone, don't treat MLAs like enemies. Treat like your father or brothers or relatives or uncles, because in MLAs all are not young. From one age to one age they are there. And what is wrong? When you got recliner in the airport, when you recline all the launchers in library, getting for rent and giving few of them if you want to rest here, instead of going back to LH and coming back, what is wrong in that? When you give anything to any other people, you're not, no one is bothered. But you give something to MLAs, why you people, some few of them give so upset. What recliner for rent? How much will take place? So not only recliner, I am putting a massage chair also. Thank you.
Meanwhile, the BJP has hit out at the Congress while asking what about the guarantees which remain unfulfilled and the people of Karnataka are waiting for.
They don't have money even for spending the basic necessity for running the government. Now, Speaker of the Karnataka Assembly says that they want to buy recliners for all the MLAs. Is it not laughable? Is it a joke on Karnataka's taxpayers' money? What kind of a development activity is taking place in Karnataka? There is absolutely no money, even to say that, like, you know, the paying salaries, even for the fuel, for buses, the tires, they don't have money to even change the tires. So this is Karnataka government, but they want to buy recliners inside the assembly. How right it is?
ठीक है, पहले पेंडिंग बिल क्लियर करो. 2 साल से कॉन्ट्रैक्टरों को बिल क्लियर नहीं किया है. डेवलपमेंट कहाँ दिखाने के मिलता है क्या? डेवलपमेंट 2 साल से डेवलपमेंट रुका है. डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए पैसा दे दो. बाद में रिक्लाइन चेयर रख सकता है. हाँ, एमएलए को काम नहीं, मंत्रियों को काम नहीं. डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए पैसा नहीं होता है ना. हम लोग रिक्लाइन चेयर में आराम कर सकता है. और ये सभी मंत्रियों भी रिक्लाइन चेयर में आराम कर सकता है.
My colleagues Deepak and Pinky are joining us on the broadcast. So the BJP's charge is the common man is feeling the price pinch in Karnataka. The contractors are waiting for their bills to be cleared. The development has taken a backseat, but none of that seems to be the priority of the Congress party. The focus seems to be now not just on recliners, but also massage chairs, Deepak.
Now, it remains to be seen whether the Speaker was actually serious when he said massage chairs, because he seemed quite agitated that people were raising objections or, questions about these recliners being provided by him for, the legislators. Probably he was being a little sarcastic, you never know, and we wouldn't, of course, be surprised with the tone in which he said it if there were actually recliners along with massage chairs that were also installed. Many of the Congress leaders have also come out in his support. I've just spoken to a couple of ministers and a few MLAs as well, who all say, well, there are a lot of aged, senior citizens who are MLAs. In the past, they used to go to the legislator's house. They used to go, to their homes sometimes to get a quick rest. Now they can do it in the assembly as well, because there's only about half an hour window for lunch, before which they have to once again resume being inside, the legislative assembly.
But look at what the Speaker has said. The Speaker has actually said, Deepak, that after lunch, these MLAs don't turn up for the assembly. So let them have a nap in the assembly so that they can return. I mean, that is the rationale that is being provided. In fact, after the outrage, the Speaker going on to say, don't attack the MLAs, treat them like your fathers or brothers. Why is there outrage? He does not seem to understand. We also want to hear from our viewers. Viewers, the numbers are flashing at the bottom of your screens. What do you think of the move in Karnataka? KG Gupta, our viewer, is joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Gupta. What do you think?
Madam and friends, I find it very funny that the government, which cannot afford to satisfy the 5 guarantees and it is having a difficult time to give a very good budget, is now looking at just treating its own MLAs with more and more luxuries. There is a famous English saying that Nero fiddled while Rome burnt. This is a very good example for that.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Gupta. So Nero fiddled while Rome burnt, and that's what it seems to be. Mr. Satyanarayan from Hyderabad also joining us on the broadcast. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Mr. Satyanarayan, what do you think?
Ma'am, on the one hand, they don't have funds to fulfill their own guarantees. I think they are just fooling the taxpayer. The Legislative Assembly is meant for the welfare of the common man. These recliners and massagers, they don't help common man in any way. I totally condemn this attitude of the Speaker.
Okay, all right. You condemn this attitude, but it doesn't look like this outrage seems to be working at all. Thank you for joining us. The Speaker says he doesn't understand what the outrage is about, and he says it's not just recliners. He is also going to bring in massage chairs. That's the statement that he made. Look at how brazen the Speaker is being, whether he is being sarcastic or whether they're actually going to bring it in. Imagine the brazenness of the Congress party at a time when people are complaining about the guarantees not being fulfilled. Deepak, so several of our viewers also joining us on the broadcast, raising questions on the Congress party, saying these are misplaced priorities of the Congress government.
Well, yes, and you know, there has been a lot of criticism from the BJP as well. There has been criticism. Now, while the recliners are installed, while, of course, the Speaker has been saying that this is meant for all legislators, with some of the BJP leaders vehemently opposing it or condemning it, whether they will not use it, that is also something that remains to be seen. The Speaker, of course, remains pretty adamant. He says that this is for the, betterment of the MLAs to increase productivity as well. So in the coming days, of course, we'll really have to see how the efficiency improves. Whether this is actually a move that will have them, before I in fact conclude, let me in fact take this question across to Mr. Rizwan Arshad. So we are live right now. We are just discussing how the Speaker today, just speaking on the recliner aspect, he has said that people should stop, speaking about recliners or any facilities provided to the MLA in a negative manner. He says that now not just recliners, we'll even provide massage chairs. Not sure if he was sarcastic in saying that, but he actually meant it. But how do you really look at this move? Because the BJP is saying on one hand you're not able to deliver on guarantees, development is not happening, but want to sit and relax in the assembly.
See, one is maybe that must be a sarcastic comment on that. I should tell my BJP friends that this is not a government decision. It is the decision of this Assembly Speaker. Okay, he is not under the government. So even if he brings 5 reclining chairs on rent, is this a national issue? National issue should have been what is the tax we are paying from Karnataka. We are the second highest taxpayers to the country, and what are we getting back in return? That should be a national issue. We are not a poor state, we are not a Bimaru state for 5 chairs, reclinable chairs taken on rent. Should be a national issue. We are not states which are depending on the tax of any other state.
But is the attendance of the MLAs directly correlated to these sort of facilities? Does this sort of an incentive need to be given for the MLAs to come and attend the sessions, which is their duty, sir?
See, there is nothing called incentive. What is a chair an incentive for an MLA? It is what you provide there. Okay, the Speaker has got request from MLAs who are aged 80, MLAs who are aged, we have a 94-year-old MLA. So, and the Speaker is known to run the House early morning till 2 o'clock. He has run a marathon session from morning 9, early morning 2 o'clock. That is what his record is. So if he thinks it fit to bring 5 chairs on rent, this becomes a national issue. Then I would like to say that Karnataka is not a state with a begging ball. We are the growth engine of this country. We are the second highest paying tax in the country. And we can afford this. So they need not be worried. Okay. This should not be a national.
So the Congress is going to brazen it out. Rizwan Arshad saying Karnataka is not a begging bowl and we have the money for it. So why can't we get these recliners? What's wrong in that? And it's not just one MLA. There are more and more Congress Karnataka MLAs who are backing this move. In the latest, we have the Karnataka Minister Ishwar Khandre's reaction as well, who has not just justified, but has also cited the reasons on why they actually need these massage chairs in the assembly. Listen in.
We are all working under tremendous pressure. And even most of the MLAs, they have passed 50 years. They all become senior citizens. And the Speaker, if he wants to take some good measures just to maintain the health of the legislators, what's wrong in it? BJP is politicizing each and every matter. That is condemnable.
So, Pinky, just listing out the reasons that have been given so far. The Speaker saying that because some of these MLAs want to relax, they don't actually return to the session. Some of the MLAs saying we have the money for it, so where is the problem? The Minister going on to say that we are under tremendous pressure. Some of the MLAs are quite old and they need this relaxation. So what is the outrage about?
Well, absolutely various reasons and various justifications, but clearly, as far as these recliners are concerned, while on one side, the common man awaits for a budget that lessens down their burden, but on the other hand, we see the comfort that has been given to this MLA. So clearly that raises many questions as far as, this comfort is given, because people vote them to go to assembly, raise their voice as far as their problems are concerned. But what is being seen is that they have been provided recliners, also the massage chairs. So clearly, there are questions that are being raised that is this what the MLAs are, for in the assembly? Those are the questions that are being raised. However, it is more surprising that some of the BJP MLAs have also welcomed this move, saying that, looking at the age of this clearly they need this recliners, and post-lunch they need some time to rest. This is really surprising.
And this is for the assembly that takes place maybe once in 6 months for just a few days. So are these incentives really needed for the MLAs to just turn up and do their work? Stay with us. We have more updates coming in. It's not just the Congress leaders that are backing this great plan. Even the allied Samajwadi Party has backed recliners. The Samajwadi Party Neta saying the Congress MLAs are working hard. They are tired easily. So what's wrong in a recliner?
मेरे ख्याल से कांग्रेस के विधायक बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं, इसी वजह से और लगातार क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे होंगे और उनके विधायक थक जाते होंगे, इसी वजह से शायद वो इस तरह की चेयर की बात कर रहे हैं। वैसे इन सारी बातों का राजनीति में कोई महत्व नहीं है, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से बीजेपी वहां पे एज ए विपक्ष पूरी तरीके से असफल हो चुकी है। सरकार से सवाल नहीं पूछ पा रही है, सरकार वहां की जो है उससे वहां के मुद्दों पे कोई राजनीति नहीं कर पा रही, इसीलिए मेरे ख्याल से वहां के विधानसभा अध्यक्ष को इस तरह की बात कहने की हिम्मत आ रही है।
Our viewer, Mr. R.G. Krishnan, joins us from Thane. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Krishnan. What do you think? It's not just the Congress leaders in Karnataka. In fact, their allies are also backing this plan.
Pratibha, good afternoon to you. This is Krishnan here from Thane.
Yes.
See, my opinion is that if they are not fit enough, say for example, if they are a senior citizen, somebody says, and if they are not fit enough to occupy the chair, they should better quit and give youngsters to come to the fore and then rule the state.
Yes.
Why to employ such old people who want, tomorrow they may demand, I want a special room to run my family life also inside the assembly. This is highly stupid. Absolutely, all the senior people who are not fit enough to sit in the assembly and work, even if it is 24, somebody I heard saying they are sitting up to night, 2 o'clock night. What is that if 2 o'clock night? If it's a person up to 60 years is working in an office and one of the L&T chairman says that you work for 70 hours in a week, 90 hours in a week.
Yes.
And what about these people? They want
Absolutely.
to...
In fact, it's not even like the assembly takes place every single day, and there are taxpayers who are going to offices, who are working to actually boost these luxuries for the MLAs. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Krishnan, with a very important point that you've raised. Raghu also joining us from Bengaluru. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Raghu, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank Times Now to bring up these things openly with the public. This shows how the current government is been working in Karnataka. First, they had all those promises, which was planned before the election. They came into power and they didn't do anything. The first thing what they said, there is no development. If they want to buy recliners, there are so many things on the street which is still not completed. Maybe there are some, I don't know, your correspondent should visit all the areas and you will come to know the ground reality of each area. And it is so bad and pathetic. You can find garbage everywhere. And we haven't seen any single MLAs or someone coming in every day, seeing and looking at it.
Yes, no, and that's what they've been elected for, isn't it, Mr. Raghu? A very important point that you've raised, that the MLA should instead focus on what is the situation in their constituencies, not on the comfort and luxury that they can get in the assembly, with that excuse that only then will they turn up after lunch to the session. Thanking Deepak and Pinky for joining us with those updates and slipping into a quick break here. We'll be right back to stay with us.